No, Shavua Tov and Erev Tov. We're at the end of the days of Shavuos, the Yemei HaTavshlumim, the days that were added in order to be able to give everyone the opportunity to give the sacrifices in the Beis Hamikdash. The Rebbe says that this is the auspicious days that represent the Geula. It should be Teichef Umiyad Mamesh, and especially through our study of Mashiach veGeula, as the Rebbe says, this is the derech hayeshara, the direct or the straight way to bring the revelation of Mashiach, of the Geula, of the Beis Hamikdash Shlishi v'Nitzchi, of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMashiach. We're in the Dvar Malchus in the hard copy on page 389 in the newer version of newer print, of the Dvar Malchus, and in the PDF file, whoever has the PDF file opened, we're on page 6 in the PDF file, and we're on Ois Hey, letter Hey. And the Rebbe comes and says as follows: V'yesh leimar. Oh, and we're in the parasha of Kisisa. Kisisa, we're coming towards the end, but we're not there yet. V'yesh leimar, we must say, says the Rebbe, that since everything is drawn through the Torah, everything in the creation is drawn through the Torah, hadif Torahis ufinkosa'is. These are the writings and the booklets shel ha'olam, of the world. V'yistakel b'rais over alma, and as it states in the Zohar HaKodesh, that Hashem, when he went to create the world, he looked into the Torah, and from the Torah he created the world. Therefore, the Torah also itself is divided into these three things that we mentioned previously, and we mention now as well. Aleph, first of all, Hascholas HaTorah hi Bereshis. The beginning of the Torah is with the word Bereshis. Shezeh koilal, that this includes in it, Leirakis Hascholas HaBriya, not only the beginning of the creation, Ela L'chol Reishis HaAleph Reishis, but first and foremost the letter Aleph, the Reishis, which represents the beginning, Shel HaTorah Shekodma L'Olam, of the Torah that came before the world, so to speak, like we explained last week and the week before. It's not as far as the chronological order is concerned, because everything came all at once, the Torah with the entire creation. But as far as its importance, so the Torah per se came before the creation. Sheken Bereshis Perushay Bishvil HaTorah Shenikras Reishis. For we see that the word Bereshis is what is the definition of the word Bereshis? For the Torah that is called Reishis, that is called the beginning of Hashem's works. And also, as is stressed in the letter Beis of the Bereshis, of the word Bereshis, Atzmai itself. Shebeis machis shuba kisheni lachar aleph. Beis comes and proclaims that it comes as second to the letter Aleph. Ha-Aleph anechi, the Torah. The Aleph, which represents the Torah, as it's expressed in the first word of the 10 Commandments of the Aseret HaDibros, Anechi Hashem Elokecha, the Aleph of Anechi. Base. So first we see the concept of Bereshis. Second, we see Bereshis bar Elokim es hashamayim es haaretz, that in the beginning Hashem created the heavens and the earth. Brias ha'olam, the creation of the world, with Proteus, yeshnan b'ze gufa gimel dargos k'nizkar le'el. And specifically, we find in this 3 levels, as we mentioned earlier. And after this, the continuation of all the portions of the Torah, from Bereshis until the end of the book of Dvar. In which we are told, in the following portions of Bereshis, the story of the happenings in the world, and the service, Aveda Lemalis, to fulfill the kavana, the intention of the creation of the world, which is Bishvil HaTorah, for the Torah. Kimsupra Mitsuva Baruka, as it's also told and commanded at length, B'chola Parashas the Chamisha Chumshi Torah, in all the portions of the 5 books of the Torah, the 5 books of the Pentateuch. Ad Gimel, until we come to the 3rd level and the 3rd dimension, Siyum HaTorah, the ending of the Torah, Ba'medubar al kach shakadosh baruch hu mara leMoshe, in which is told about the fact that the Holy One, blessed be He, shows Moshe ad hayom ha'achrein, until the last day, ve'ad le'asiyum mamish, and until the culmination, literally, l'chol ha'osos v'hamefsim, to all the signs and the wonders, Geimer, u'l'chol ha'meir ha'godol, and all the great, the awesome greatness, asher awesome Moshe le'nei kol Yisrael, that Moshe Rabbeinu performed in front of the eyes of the entire Jewish nation. Siyum l'shleimus haTorah, the ending and the completion of the Torah. Shekshura l'shleimus ha'geula, which is connected to the completion of the redemption, ha'amitis v'hashleima, the true and the complete redemption, al yedei Mashiach tzidkenu, through our righteous Redeemer. Shemeshe hu goyel rishain hu goyel achrin. For as we know, Moshe, he was the first Redeemer, and he is going to be the last Redeemer. Kishetia shleimus de gilui elokus, when there will be the completion of the revelation of godliness, Hashemliness, ha'osos v'hamefsim, the signs and the wonders, le'enei kol Yisrael, to the eyes, in front of the eyes of all the nation of Israel, kamesha kosov, like it states, ki meitzeischa me'eretz Mitzrayim, as it states in regard to the redemption, as your days when you left Egypt, the land of Egypt, are enoniflois, in the upcoming redemption, Hashem says, I will show you wonders. And also, as is hinted in the ethics of the fathers. Aleph, first of all, the beginning of the ethics of the fathers is Moshe kibel Torah miSinai. Moshe received the Torah from Sinai. Klolos inyan, from Mount Sinai. Klolos inyan Torah, the general concept of the Torah, as the saying of our rabbis of blessed memory, Kol mashe talmid vosik osid l'chadesh, everything that a veteran student is going to innovate, not nitan l'Moshe miSinai, even though it's only something that came much later on in history. All this in general was given to Moshe Rabbeinu by Hashem at Har Sinai. Base, second of all, umesara v'chulu, and he, Moshe Rabbeinu, passed it on. V'ha'amidu talmim harbe, and then it states that the third thing that the Anshe Knesset Agdola, the men of the Great Assembly, said was that one should erect many students, v'chulu, etc. The order of the passing of the Torah from one generation to the next generation. The manner in which the Torah comes on a revealed and a detailed revealed basis, through the veteran student that will innovate or reveal in the Torah through the 13 rules through which we are told to study the Torah. Gimel, third of all, Siyum kol ha'pirkei avos, the end of all the ethics of the fathers. Hashem yimloch le'olam voed, as it states in the end, Hashem shall reign for eternity. Shekoilo kol hamshech hazman ad seif kol hazmanim. For that this includes within it all the time until the end of times. Hagiula mitzvah shlema, the true and the complete redemption, kisha Hashem yimloch le'olam voed, when Hashem will reign forever. La'osid love shekol ha'melucha shalei, in the future, in the immediate future, in which we will be able to testify and witness that the entire kingdom of the creation belongs to Him on a revealed basis. Shleimus milui hakavona, the completion and the fulfillment of the intention, the Kabbalas Torah, of the receiving of the Torah, umesiras v'limud Torah, and the passing on and the study of the Torah, b'meshech kol haderos, throughout all the generations. V'yesh leimar, and the Rebbe comes and says, finally, that we must say, shezeu achad hate'omim l'chach, that this is one of the reasons for Shematan Torah kshura linyan ditlisoi, that the giving of the Torah has to do with tlisoi, which means threefold, three, or a concept that is connected with the number three. K'divrei Chachamenu Zal, as the words of our rabbis of blessed memory, Brich Rachamana de Yohiv, blessed be Hashem that has given Orian Tlisoi, a Torah of three parts, right? We have the Torah, Nevim, and Ksuvim. Le'am Tlisoi, to a nation that is made up of three parts, Kohanim, Levim, and Yisraelim, Al Yedei Tlisoi, through the third individual, Moshe Rabbeinu, who was the third in his family, Miriam, Aaron, and Moshe was the third in his family. B'yom Tlisoi, on the third day, B'yachat Tlisoi, in the third month, which is the month of Sivan. B'yom Tlisai, why is it the third day? We see that the Shavuos we celebrate today perpetually on the 6th day of Sivan. Yom Tlisai means after the 3 days of Shloshes Yemei Hagbola, the 3 days of which we were commanded to place borders before, as a preparation before we received the Torah. Baruch Hashem, shenosan Torah misholeshes le'am misholosh al yedei shlishi, b'yom shlishi, b'chedesh shlishi. Rav Nisim Goyen, and Rav Nisim Goyen, Mevayer, explains, Sham, od inyanim shel shleisha. He explains furthermore concepts of ideas that have to do with three, b'kesher l'matan Torah, that are connected to the giving of the Torah. For since it is through the giving of the Torah, the goal of the entire chain of creation is fulfilled, and the goal and the order of creation is divided into three: Reish, Teich, V'Seif, the head, the body, and the end. Therefore, the Torah is also divided into litlisoi, into three: Aleph, Beis, Gimel. Like we said before, the Torah, the Nevim, the books of the Pentateuch, the books of the prophets, and the Ksuvim, the books of the scriptures. Yehi Rotzein, that through our study of the Dvar Malchus, we should have an immediate victory in this terrible situation of war, which is totally not understood, definitely not according to intellectual comprehension, like we explained in the story that we mentioned earlier. But this is what we're talking about. It's not a logical concept. And that's why we can feel the Geula, because there is no logic whatsoever in regard to what's going on in Eretz Yisrael. But through our study of Torah, this brings the ultimate and the immediate victory of all our soldiers and security forces against all the enemies of the Jewish nation in Eretz Yisrael and all over the world. It should bring the healing of all those that have been injured. And we're not only talking about physical injury, we're talking about mental injury. People that are trying to lie down and to rest at night, and all of a sudden they hear something that seems to be like a siren, or it seems to be like a boom, and it causes a terrible mental trauma. And finally, not only those that were injured should be healed, but those that were taken captive, those that were kidnapped and taken into captivity. The hostages should be immediately, all of them, in a happy and a well-being, a healthy manner, and a happy manner. They should all be returned to Am Yisrael on a good and revealed basis. And all this teichef umiyad with the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach and the Geula Shlema V'Amitis. Yichi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu Melech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayam Le'olam Voed. Amen.